Back at the Roberts Corporation, Ken sat at his desk, a furious look on his face as he stared at the link on his phone. He ran his fingers through his hair in frustration, then picked up the phone and placed a call. "Larry, get in here." Within a minute, his secretary Larry entered the office. "You called Mr. Roberts?" Ken held up his phone, flashing the news article on the screen. "What is the meaning of this? And who posted this nonsense?" When Larry saw the content, he trembled with fear. "Mr. Roberts, it was published by the Sun Publishing House. Contacted them and they took it down from their page, but it had already been shared by many blogs and private accounts. I don't think we can make this news disappear. And one more thing, sir. Your sister Myra gave the publishing house the pictures and the story to be published." Ken's fist slammed the table as he shouted, "Damn you, Myra! What have you done?" He pulled out his phone and called Myra. When she answered, her tone was playful. "Hey, Ken. What's up?" Ken's anger boiled over. "Myra Roberts, what have you done? Who asked you to publish that article about me, Chelsea, and Helena? Do you know what you've just done?" Myra, stunned by her brother's outburst, replied, "Ken, why are you shouting at me? I thought this is what we both wanted, to destroy Chelsea." "Shut up, Myra." Ken cut her off. "This is what you wanted, not me. You only dragged me into this stupid plan of yours, and I foolishly followed like a sheep, all because I wanted to make my younger sister happy. Now I've not only hurt Chelsea, but you've destroyed her life and her reputation." Myra was upset and she started crying. "How can you talk to me like that? Is it because of that slut, Chelsea? Do you think she can ever be a part of our family? That will be over my dead body." Ken could no longer stand her cries and he hung up. He leaned back in his chair, muttering to himself, "Oh, Chelsea, how could I have been so stupid?" Meanwhile, at Wolverton University, Philippa and her minions, Emma and Kate, sat in the school canteen having lunch. Kate giggled as she approached the group. "Girls, listen. That social climber is not only leeching off rich people, but she's a slut as well. A picture of her in a man's arms is circulating on social media. Did you know she tried to crash Ken Roberts and Helena Richards' engagement dinner? That slut tried to seduce an already engaged man. How pathetic." The three of them laughed, and Philippa, who had been silent, spoke with a wicked smile. "Chelsea, I told you I would deal with you. Now I just have to sit back and let others take care of you." She cackled evilly as the school news forum was filled with negative comments about Chelsea's indecent behavior. Those who were jealous of her beauty and intelligence wrote degrading remarks, while her few supporters defended her, saying her private life was none of their business. Rachel arrived in Derby as soon as she could. Grandma Flora's home was a warm, cozy place, surrounded by a garden of herbs and fresh vegetables. The aroma of freshly baked cinnamon rolls and simmering chicken soup filled the air, welcoming her. She knocked on the wooden door, and a handsome teenage boy, Collins, opened it with a warm smile. "Hello. You must be Rachel. Come in." Rachel stepped into the small living room, furnished with 2 sofas and a coffee table. "Where is Chelsea? I'd love to see her." Before she could finish, Chelsea emerged from one of the rooms. "Ratch!" she called, a pained smile on her face. Rachel rushed to Chelsea, enveloping her in a tight embrace. "Chels, are you okay?" Chelsea could only whisper, "I'm not okay, Ratch," as tears streamed down her cheeks. Grandma Flora approached them, a gentle smile on her face. "Dinner is ready. You can all come to the table and have some." Once they were seated, Rachel turned to Chelsea, concern etched on her features. "Chels, what really happened? Why did they post all that stuff about you?" Chelsea, shocked, asked, "What stuff are you talking about?" Rachel pulled out her phone and showed Chelsea the headlines. When Chelsea saw them, she let out a pained chuckle. "Wow, the Roberts are truly amazing. I didn't know they would go to such lengths to punish me." She laughed again, her tears flowing freely. Seeing the anguish on her best friend's face, Rachel moved closer and held her hand. Chels, can you please tell me what's going on? I'm going crazy trying to figure this out. Chelsea lifted her tear-filled eyes. Ratch, love is so wicked. I'm tired. I give up. My heart hurts so much. She clenched her fist over her chest. Did you know I was just a pawn in a game of chess for Ken and Myra? As she narrated the details of how everything between her and Ken was a setup, and how his wedding to his pregnant fiancée, Helena, was coming up, Rachel's eyes filled with tears. She clenched her fist, heartbroken. When Chelsea finished, she sighed. Ratch, I used to think I wouldn't end up heartbroken like my dad. But I'm even worse off. Rachel looked at her, confused. What are you talking about, Chels? Chelsea took a deep breath. I've never mentioned my mother because I have no idea where she is. Lionel and I were born in France to a wealthy family. My dad was biracial, British and Caribbean. My grandparents never liked him because of his race. When I was 7 and Lionel was 11, my grandfather died and my mom was asked to choose between the family company and us. She left without a glance back. Rachel's eyes widened in surprise as Chelsea continued. My dad spiraled into depression and we were taken by social services. He got clean, regained custody, and we moved to Wolverton. But his health deteriorated and 5 years ago we lost him. Then where's your mom now? Did she ever try to find you? Rachel asked, her heart aching for her friend. Chelsea sighed. I don't know and I don't care. She died the day I saw my dad pass away. She's probably living in her wealthy world. You see, Ratch, love is not for people like me. Rachel pulled Chelsea into a tight hug, and they both cried, their tears mingling in the quiet comfort of Grandma Flora's home. After Chelsea poured her heart out, she held up the necklace her father had given her before he died. This necklace is actually one of a pair. My dad never told me what happened to the other one. It's the only thing he left me, and he asked me to never lose it for any reason. The necklace she was holding had an infinity symbol, which represents eternity. Grandma Flora, who had been quietly listening, slowly walked over to Chelsea's sofa. Gently placing her hand on Chelsea's shoulder, she said with a warm smile, Listen, dear. Love is a beautiful thing. It can bring pain, but it can also heal us. I was married for 57 years to the love of my life after experiencing 2 heartbreaks. My husband and I weren't rich, but we were happy. He healed my broken heart with the love he had for me, and even now, after he's gone, the love we shared keeps me strong. So, don't give up on love. Grandma Flora chuckled softly and continued, The right person will come along for you. She looked at the portrait of her late husband and added, Wait for a man who calls you beautiful, not just hot. The one who calls you back when you hang up, who will lie with you under the stars and listen to your heartbeat. Wait for the man who will stay awake just to watch you sleep, or who kisses your forehead and wants to show you off when you're at your worst. Look for the man who holds your hand in front of his friends and thinks you're just as pretty without makeup. Wait for the man who reminds you how lucky he is to have you and tells everyone, This woman is my soulmate, my partner, my gift from above. You may think men like that don't exist, but they do, and they will find you. So don't give up on love because of one bad experience. When Grandma Flora finished, she moved to another sofa and sat down. Rachel, listening closely, thought, My dear Jade, I'm so lucky to have such a gentle and amazing man like you. Chelsea glanced at Grandma Flora and said with a forced smile, Thank you for your kind words, Grandma Flora. But for now, I'm done with love. Everything that has happened made me realize I put Ken before my own happiness. It still hurts so much to know I still love him. Her face fell as she spoke. I don't know if the pain will last weeks, months, or years. But I know this. I will never be a pawn in someone else's game again, nor will I let anyone toy with my emotions. Chelsea clenched her fists, determination flooding her. The next morning, while Rachel was still asleep, Chelsea woke to the sound of birds chirping and roosters crowing, one of the most beautiful and peaceful sounds she could imagine. She stretched and said to herself, I wish I could wake up to this peacefulness every day. She walked outside and saw Grandma Flora feeding the chickens in the backyard. Collins, Grandma Flora's grandson, was sweeping the yard. He smiled and said, "Good morning, Miss Chelsea." "Good morning, Collins. Can I have the broom, please?" Chelsea replied, reaching out for it. "Good morning, Grandma Flora," Rachel called, just waking up and joining them. After finishing their morning chores, the four of them enjoyed breakfast together. As Rachel and Chelsea prepared to leave for Wolverton, Chelsea said, "Thank you for taking care of me, Grandma Flora. I'll never forget your kindness." Grandma Flora looked at Chelsea, holding her face and saying, "Always love yourself. Remember, true love will find you someday." Chelsea smiled and nodded in gratitude. That evening, Chelsea and Rachel finally arrived back in Wolverton. When they got home, they found Melinda sitting on one of the sofas in the living room. Before Chelsea could greet her, Melinda glared at her. "Chelsea, your true colors have finally shown. I didn't know you were such a slut and a two-timing liar. I don't want you around my daughter, Fiona. You're a bad influence on our family," Melinda accused. Chelsea was taken aback by Melinda's harsh words. "What are you talking about?" she asked, confused. Without waiting for an answer, Melinda rushed to one of the rooms and pulled out 2 suitcases. She dragged them outside and said, "Chelsea, you're no longer welcome here. I packed your clothes. You can go wherever you'd like, but not here." Still in shock over Melinda's behavior, Chelsea offered a bitter smile. "You know you've gone too far, Melinda. What do you think my brother will do when he finds out?" Melinda laughed cruelly. "He's my husband now. Do you really think he'll choose you over me and our child? Never." Rachel couldn't keep quiet any longer. "Melinda, how can you be so cruel? I'm convinced you're a monster." Unmoved by Rachel's words, Melinda just shrugged. Chelsea held Rachel's hand, gently pulling her away. "Rach, it's okay. Let's go." As Chelsea turned to leave, an awkward silence fell over the room. She picked up the suitcases that had been thrown outside. Rachel grabbed one and said, "Let's go to my place." Chelsea shook her head, a sad smile on her face. "No, Rach. I've burdened you too much with my problems. I always seem to drag my loved ones into my mess. I'll find an inn and spend the night, then look for a place to rent tomorrow." Rachel was frustrated. "What are you talking about? Is this how best friends treat each other? Do you know how many times you've saved me? Remember the time you protected me from that robber?" Chelsea flashed back to their second year at university when they were attacked by a man trying to rob them. She had jumped in front of Rachel just as he swung a rod toward her, leaving a scar on her head. "I just don't want to drag you into my messy life again," Chelsea said dejectedly. "Stop it, Chels. We're in this together. I have 2 big rooms in my apartment. You can stay as long as you need." "This isn't up for negotiation," Rachel insisted. Chelsea, tears in her eyes, nodded. "You really won't take no for an answer, will you?" "Of course not. How many times have you been there for me? Your tears for the last 3 days should have dried by now," Rachel teased gently, managing to coax a small smile from Chelsea. They grabbed their suitcases and walked together to Rachel's apartment. What will Lionel do when he finds out Melinda has kicked his sister out of the house? Will he stand by his wife, or will he support Chelsea and welcome her back home? 1 week had passed since Chelsea moved in with her best friend Rachel. Chelsea was in the kitchen cooking dinner when Rachel came in from her evening run. "Hey, baby girl. What are we having for dinner?" she said, hugging Chelsea from behind, all sweaty. Chelsea jumped and laughed. "You, Rachel? Can you please go take a shower before you hug me? Or do you think I'm Jade?" Rachel rolled her eyes playfully. "You can't be my Jade," she said with a smirk. But then she paused and added, "I'm so sorry, Chels. I keep bringing up Jade when you're still hurting from what Ken did." Chelsea smiled and placed her hand on Rachel's shoulder. "Rach, you don't need to apologize for mentioning Jade. It's not your fault or his that I got hurt. Just be yourself and don't hold back. Now go take a shower so we can eat. I made your favorite. Rachel smiled and nodded. Yes, ma'am. After dinner, the girls settled by the fireplace to chat. Suddenly, Chelsea's phone rang. When she saw it was Lionel, her heart raced. She answered nervously. Hey, Lenny. I've missed you so much. Hey, Chels. Feels like forever. How are you? How's everyone at home, especially little Fiona? Lionel asked, his excitement clear. Chelsea took a deep breath. Everyone is fine, Lenny. How are you handling the pandemic? Are you taking care of yourself? Doing well here. Where's Melinda? I've tried to reach her, but she's not answering. Chelsea hesitated, afraid to tell him the truth. She's probably home. I'm staying with Rachel for the weekend. I'll check on her when I get back tomorrow. Okay, I have to go. I just wanted to check on you guys. I'll be back next week. Take care of yourself and everyone else, okay? After they said goodbye, Rachel looked at Chelsea, anger flashing across her face. Why didn't you tell your brother Melinda kicked you out? Why do you keep protecting that evil woman? Ratch, it's not that I don't want to tell Lionel. I know how he would react. He'd leave his job and rush home. I'll wait until he gets back next week. Besides, I won't feel comfortable around Melinda anymore. If I go back, she might hurt me. Chelsea's eyes welled up with tears. Anyway, I've been thinking about moving. I want to leave Wolverton and find a new city. Rachel's eyes widened in surprise. Why would you leave? Wolverton is your home and you have so many opportunities here. You know no one out there. What if something happens to you and you have no one to help you? Chelsea held Rachel's hand and smiled gently. I know it'll be hard, but I'll manage. The stress and heartbreak I felt here can't be worse than what I already went through. My reputation in Wolverton has been destroyed. People see me as a homewrecker and a cheap slut. The Roberts have made sure no major company will hire me after graduation. Chelsea let out a sad laugh. I'll visit Uncle Ed tomorrow and ask for help finding an internship in London. London? Are you serious? Rachel asked, concerned. That's so far. What if something happens? Chelsea replied. I believe London has more opportunities in my field. I just know something good is waiting for me there. Rachel frowned. But Chels, how will I manage without you? You've grown on me. Wolverton will be boring without you. Chelsea laughed. Come on, Ratch. You have your whole family here and Jade, the love of your life. I'll just be a phone call away, so don't worry so much. Rachel hugged Chelsea tightly. Stop being so dramatic. It's not like I'm leaving right now. I still have a month until graduation. The next day, Chelsea went to Wolverton University to see Mr. Edward. Upon arriving, she ran into Philippa and Kate in the administrative building. When Philippa saw Chelsea, she sneered. Oh look, the homewrecker has arrived. I thought you were just a social climber, but now you've added homewrecker to your resume. Chelsea clenched her fists in anger. She walked toward Philippa, holding her shoulder firmly, and spoke in a low, intense tone. Philippa, I know you wanted to bring me down, but you've underestimated how far I'll go to stand up for myself. Leaning closer, she whispered, Someday those who have wronged me will pay, and I'll start with you. Philippa and Kate exchanged stunned looks as Chelsea walked away, their blood running cold. What is wrong with that girl? How dare she threaten me? Philippa said, trembling. Chelsea entered Mr. Edwards' office and greeted him with a small smile. Hello, sir. Hello, Chelsea. How are you? He asked kindly, gesturing for her to sit. I've seen the rumors going around campus about you, but I know you're not that kind of person. I've watched you grow into a responsible young woman. Don't let it affect you, okay? Chelsea nodded, tears brimming in her eyes. Uncle Ed, I need a favor. I want to leave Wolverton and move to London. Do you know any companies there where you could refer me? Mr. Edwards smiled warmly. Chelsea, you are one of the best students in our department. You will certainly get internship offers from major companies in London. I have a good one in mind. Date your resume and email it to me. I'll send it to one of my contacts in London. Chelsea felt a wave of joy wash over her. Thank you so much, Uncle Ed. She left his office, feeling hopeful for the future. A week later, Lionel returned home. When he found out that Melinda had kicked Chelsea out, he was furious. He picked up his phone and called Chelsea. Chels, where are you, and why didn't you tell me Melinda sent you away? He asked angrily. Chelsea, hearing her brother's upset voice, replied, Lenny, please calm down. I'll explain everything. She went on to tell him about Ken hurting her, the rumors, and Melinda kicking her out. Lionel's fists clenched in anger as he listened. When he heard Chelsea's sobs, his anger eased. Why didn't you tell me last week? I could have helped you. I'm your big brother, and you're my responsibility. I didn't want you to leave everything for this, she said between sobs. Chels, please come back home, he urged. Chelsea shook her head. I can't. I don't feel safe around Melinda. I don't want to cause trouble between you two. Before he could respond, she said, I've made up my mind, Lenny. Please don't insist. Angry and defeated, Lionel hung up. He walked into their bedroom to find Melinda sitting on the bed, looking up from her phone. Hey honey, let's go out to eat. I've missed you. When she saw the cold expression on Lionel's face, she felt chills run down her spine. Honey, why are you looking at me like that? She asked nervously. He moved closer, holding her shoulders. Melinda, I know how you treated Chelsea. I've tolerated it because I thought you would change. But now I see you won't. If you don't bring Chelsea back, don't come back home yourself. I'm serious. Until she returns, you can forget about your credit cards. No more parties or trips. He turned and left, leaving Melinda shocked. I can't beg that stupid girl to come back. But if I don't bring her back, Lionel will never forgive me. What will I do? She wondered, feeling trapped. What will Melinda do now? Will she swallow her pride and beg Chelsea to return, or will her arrogance push her back into poverty? It had been 2 days since Lionel gave Melinda an ultimatum to bring Chelsea back home after she had thrown Chelsea's things out. Lionel had not spoken to Melinda or even spared her a glance during that time. Melinda couldn't handle the silent treatment or the fact that she couldn't go out or buy anything. Oh God, how did I get to this point with my husband? Melinda gritted her teeth. I have so many things I need to get, and my cruise vacation is next week. If I don't go beg Chelsea to come back, Lionel will kick me out. She decided to make her way to Rachel's house to plead with Chelsea to return. Back at Rachel's, Chelsea had just finished getting dressed after her shower. Rachel came in and sat on the bed. Chels, are you all set for your new part-time job? Why don't you apply at my dad's company in the PR department? You know you'd have a job there. Chelsea smiled as she put her hair in a bun. Rach, we're not doing this again. You know I want to start fresh in a new environment. I appreciate your dad's offer, but I really want to do this on my own, build myself up from scratch so no one can ever trample on me again. Rachel sighed. I understand, baby girl. I just wish there was something I could do to make you stay. But I support your decision for your own growth. You know I'll always be here for you. Chelsea grinned. I know, sis. Anyway, I have to get going. I don't want to be late on my first day. I won't be back for dinner since I'll be working until 9 p.m. After Chelsea left, there was a knock at the door. Chels, did you forget something? Rachel asked as she opened it, only to find Melinda standing there. What in the name of the spirits are you doing here? Did you get lost on your way to the witch's kingdom? Rachel asked coldly. Melinda cleared her throat and forced a smile. Greetings, Miss Hannigan. Is Chelsea home? I'd like to speak with her. Laughing, Rachel said, Wait, Melinda. Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? This whole Miss Hannigan formality and fake smile don't suit you at all. I'm used to your real face and ugly attitude, so drop the act, honey. Tell me the real reason you're here. Melinda couldn't keep up the facade anymore. Listen, you crazy bitch. I didn't come here for you. I'm looking for Chelsea. Just tell her I'm here. Rachel clapped her hands, laughing. There's the Melinda I know. For your information, this should be the first and last time you come to my door screaming like a mad dog. This isn't a veterinary clinic, and we don't board animals here. Animals like you should be tamed at an animal center. Fuming, Melinda sneered and left. Rachel shut the door, grinning. The baby clothing shop where Chelsea worked, she was arranging the dresses when a colleague, Rita, approached her. Hey, Chelsea, I'm sure you're getting the hang of the job. Let me know if you need any help, okay? Chelsea smiled. Thank you, Rita. I really appreciate it. Chelsea was meticulous and resilient, so she was quickly picking up the ropes. Just then, a customer came in looking for a dress for her daughter's 2nd birthday. Chelsea approached her with a warm smile. Greetings, ma'am. How can I assist you today? The lady responded with a bright smile. Yes, please. My daughter's birthday is coming up, and I'm unsure which dress to get. Chelsea guided her to the princess dress section, putting together a beautiful pink ball gown with silver embellishments. The lady was amazed. Oh, this is perfect. Thank you so much, miss. As the lady paid and left, Chelsea heard a familiar voice. Chelsea? What are you doing here? She turned to find Ken and Helena. Her heart raced, emotions in turmoil. Welcome, Mr. Roberts and Ms. Richards. How may I assist you today? Ken seemed lost for words. How have you been? Helena, irritated, snapped. What are you staring at us for? Can't you see we're here to shop for our baby? As Chelsea led them to the newborn section, Helena deliberately stuck her leg out, causing Chelsea to stumble and fall to her knees. Ken rushed to help her. Love, are you okay? Are you hurt? Chelsea pushed his hands away. Mr. Roberts, please let go of me. Helena sneered. Chelsea, aren't you ashamed to be flirting with my fiancé in broad daylight? Crashing our engagement dinner wasn't enough, now you've followed us here? Crowd began to gather, murmuring and pointing at Chelsea. One woman said, Isn't she the homewrecker all over social media? The manager, Clyde, rushed over, panicked. Mr. Roberts, Ms. Richards, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. Let me assist you. He turned to Chelsea with a stern look. Miss Powers, what are you doing? Apologize to our clients right now. Chelsea clenched her fists, fighting back tears. I'm sorry if I did anything wrong. Helena smiled triumphantly. Mr. Clyde, it's okay. I understand people like Miss Powers who were badly brought up can't help but cause trouble. Honey, let's go. We'll come back another time. She pulled Ken out of the store, leaving Chelsea's fate uncertain. What will happen to Chelsea now? Will she be fired on her first day, or will the manager show some mercy? Stay tuned to find out.